We are comparing ourselves to other people. We see other people doing something and we also want to do that thing. But it doesn't always mean that those things or that thing somebody else is doing is suitable for us. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, I just want to say welcome and thank you for stopping by. The other day I did a video about YouTube and how it was changing me as a person. And in that video, I touched on a few points. And one of the points that I mentioned was that YouTube was teaching me to be patient with myself, because it is hard when you're trying to achieve something that is worth achieving, when you're trying to grow yourself, when you're trying to get to another place in your life, when you've got a vision that no one sees, a vision that no one understands. And sometimes trying to achieve a goal can be a lonely place. So how do you maintain a positive outlook on things? How do you stop yourself from quitting too soon? Because let's face it, there are times when we quit on ourselves too soon. And sometimes we quit on ourselves moments, days, weeks before our breakthrough. How do you keep yourself motivated? How do you stop yourself from feeling disheartened when you hear people say, oh, but you've been doing this for so long and we're not seeing anything happen? Why do you keep doing it? Why are you still doing it? And this is what I found to be helpful when I'm starting something, that I consider a challenge, something that I've never done before. I prepare myself mentally. I sit down and tell myself, okay, this is a new territory for me. This is something I've never done before. So I'm going to expect some challenges. I'm going to expect resistance. I'm going to expect failure. I'm going to expect some obstacles. I prepare myself mentally so that when the situation arises, I don't feel disheartened so easily. I don't quit on myself. I remain encouraged. I remain positive, because this is something that I've already prepared myself for. So preparing yourself mentally is crucial when you're embarking on something that is worth embarking on. Another thing that you want to consider before quitting on yourself too soon is ask yourself, have I done everything I possibly can to achieve what I want to achieve? Have I solicited enough advice, enough resources to achieve my goals? Have I knocked on the right doors? Am I associating myself with the right people? Am I walking the walk? So that's what you need to ask yourself. Have you done everything you possibly can within your power, within your means? And when you're honest with yourself, you'll find that most of the time when we start thinking about quitting, you will find that you haven't actually done everything you possibly can to achieve your goal. It's unfair for you to conclude that you have failed when you haven't done everything you possibly can to achieve your goals. It's not fair. You're not being fair on yourself. So before you quit, you need to ask yourself that question. The problem with wanting instant gratification, with wanting instant results, is that we get frustrated so easily. And these days, we've become a generation of instant gratification. And with that comes impatience. We get demotivated, demoralized so easily because we haven't got that patience to extend ourselves enough grace to achieve what we want to achieve in life. Because we want something, we want it now, we want it yesterday. It doesn't work like that. Life is not like that. And sometimes it's because perhaps we are comparing ourselves to other people. We see other people doing something and we also want to do that thing. But it doesn't always mean that those things or that thing somebody else is doing is suitable for us. If you haven't given yourself enough time, how are you going to gather enough data for you to conclude that, okay, this is not working out for me. I have tried A, B, C, D, E, and it hasn't worked. So I'm satisfied that this is not for me. And you can only come to that conclusion after enough time has passed. So you need to give yourself enough time, enough room to grow. And when you've given yourself enough time, enough grace, enough patience, and you've tried everything you can, and when you've solicited all the advice that you can, all the help that you can, and you still fail, then I suppose it's okay for you to come to the conclusion that perhaps this is not for me. Perhaps this is not what God has for me. Perhaps this is not my path. Because it is possible sometimes for us to chase something that is not meant for us. It's okay. It means you've gathered enough data for you to come to the right conclusion. And that's what you want. You want to give yourself the chance, and you want to have that satisfaction of knowing that you gave it your all, you tried this and it didn't work out. It is okay for us sometimes to pause and reflect on that, and to redirect our minds and our energies towards something else, to explore other avenues, to explore other things. So that should keep you going. That should keep you positive, knowing that there's still something out there you haven't explored. You still got another avenue, another angle to explore. That in itself should keep you going. So these are the things that I like to consider before quitting myself. And these things help me stay focused, help me stay motivated. They help me maintain that positive outlook on things, because I like to be honest with myself and I like to be realistic about things. So I hope you found this video useful. And if you're embarking on a project, if you're trying to achieve something, it is my wish that you give yourself enough time, enough room to grow, enough grace, enough patience, because you deserve to give yourself the best possible chance to become what you're meant to become.